It's a very good evening from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Welcome to the news on NTA International. I am Muspa and let's take the headlines. Federal and state governments meet, resolved to confront security challenges for sustainable peace and economic development in Nigeria. Court orders INEC to issue certificate to Senator-elect Rochas Okorocha, sues for status quo on operating license of AIT over alleged breach of broadcasting code. Theresa May steps down as leader of Conservative Party but remains UK Prime Minister until her successor is chosen. Now we'll bring you the news in details. A robust program of cooperation and collaboration is being worked out between the federal and state governments towards confronting headlong the various challenges of security bedeviling the country for sustainable peace and socio-economic development. This formed the highlights of a crucial meeting on security between President Muhammadu Buhari and the governors of the 36 states of the Federation. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has details.
This is the first formal engagement between President Muhammadu Buhari and all the state governors since the beginning of the next level agenda. At the heart of their discussions was security, which undoubtedly remains an issue of serious concern to both the government and the governed. During the closed-door meeting, also attended by the service chiefs, the Inspector General of Police, and heads of other security agencies, the President was brought up to speed by the governors on the enormity of the prevailing challenges. Most importantly, the concerns of the Nigerian people as regards rural banditry, farmers' herders clashes, kidnapping, militancy in the Niger Delta, terrorism and insurgency, as well as cultism were thoroughly analyzed and areas of collaboration fashioned out on the best way forward.
And of course, Mr. President made it clear to us that we all knew he campaigned on the basis of security, economy, and accountability, and that these things are still the most germane issues on his agenda, and he will work with us to address questions of intelligence, of broadening community policing, of ensuring inter-service coordination among the various security agencies, strengthening the criminal justice system, of working with our states innovatively on mechanisms for addressing these issues.
Participants made suggestions for, amongst others, a special public-private security trust fund towards increasing the resources available to security institutions for effective service delivery. Consequently, the governors agreed to hold an extraordinary meeting of the National Economic Council to comprehensively address this and other related issues.
This is to tease out specifically quick wins and quick responses that can reassure and build the level of confidence of our own citizens. Because even in areas where significant progress has been made, the stabilization activities that must continue is critical to eventual resolution of these challenges. Rehabilitation, resettlement, and all those elements of stabilization activities must be brought to bear in order for us to have sustained peace over the long term.
The meeting also provided the opportunity for the governors to once again thank President Muhammadu Buhari for his magnanimity in providing at various times multiple financial support and other special interventions to the states, without which they say the security situation could have been worse. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Still on security matters, further stringent measures may soon be taken to rid Zamfara state of bandits terrorizing the state and its environs. Governor of the state, Bello Mohammed Mutawale, met with the President Muhammadu Buhari late Thursday night to brief the President of the security situation in the state. The President according to him, has promised to take immediate action with the assurance that all will be well.
With our emergence, things will be better very soon, and with the measures that we have taken with the security, it will be subsidized very soon, inshallah.
On the suspension of the Emir of Maru, Governor Mohammed says the action had to be taken to pave way for a thorough investigation into several petitions against him bordering on security issues. The Nigerian army is deploying more troops and equipment to step up internal security operations in the northwest of Nigeria. What is the impact of these developments to the socio-economic activities of the region? Defense correspondent Ismail Musa, who accompanied the Chief of Training and Operations Major General Lamidi Adeosun to Zamfara and Katsina State, now reports.
Socio-economic activities in parts of Zamfara, Katsina and Sokoto states paralyzed in recent times by bandits, kidnappers and cattle rustlers. These criminals invade towns and communities mostly on motorcycles, killing and displacing thousands of people. Though a Salah festival, the Chief of Training and Operations, Major General Lamidi Adeosun, is here to felicitate with troops, assess their disposition and operations.
We must be confident in ourselves. We must be confident in our weapons. The rifle must be serviceable at all times.
And you must get rid of these bad people rather than allowing them to come forward and get rid of the innocent Nigerians.
The representative of the Army Chief visited and appraised troop locations in Yergamji, Batsari, Kaura Namuda, and Gusau Zurumi Jibia Road in Zamfara and Katsina states. These are Nigerian and Niger troops on a joint patrol on Nigerian and Niger border, one of the dangerous routes in this area. The deployment of troops have enhanced the resumption of socio-economic activities in most of our communities. We are pleased with the usual rapid response to threats by these soldiers. We are grateful. Major General Adeosun also appealed to the people of the communities to provide credible information to security agencies to enhance rapid response. From Katsina, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Away from security matters, the success or otherwise of any parliament is greatly influenced by its leadership. That is why the election of presiding officers of the National Assembly is taken seriously by members-elect. In view of that, one of the candidates vying for the position of Senate President in the 9th National Assembly, Ahmed Lawan, at a forum of senators-elect, made public his mission and vision for the new Senate. Ignatius Nkwo reports.
This meeting once again provided opportunity for incoming senators to interact with old tenants. Senator Ahmed Lawan at this meeting presented his agenda for the 9th Senate if elected president of the 9th Senate. He listed security, improving the economy, anti-corruption, improved health and educational sectors as some of his major areas of intervention as captured in the 20-page booklet.
So we have to work with the veto to ensure that we provide the legislative intervention. Part of it will be budgeted in time to have a very predictable budget cycle
to make sure that we rise above the challenges that we have met on the ground.
To use the legislature to better Nigeria.
The senators shared in the vision of the candidate.
And we expect to perform optimally because the cooperation and the cohesion is already here and we expect it to continue.
Is someone that is well experienced in the art of legislation. So it's a sign of a good thing to come.
A patriotic leader, a leader who is determined to move the country forward. We have no doubt in his ability.
But if we are united Nigerians, we should work as a team, we should work as brothers, we should work for the interests of Nigeria.
Senator Ahmed Lawan described his endorsement by Senator Danjuma Goje as a show of solidarity and selflessness. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Now to the judiciary. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to issue certificates of return to the former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, as a senator-elect representing Imo West Senatorial District.
Justice Okon Aban gave the order while delivering judgment in a suit filed by the former governor challenging the electoral umpire's decision to withhold his certificate of return, having been declared winner of the February 23 National Assembly elections by the returning officer. Justice Aban held that once a candidate has been declared a winner by the returning officer, INEC is not empowered in law to withhold the candidate's certificate of return. The judge also awarded the cost of 100,000 naira to be paid by some of the defendants, while INEC is to pay 200,000 naira to Rochas Okorocha.
Appeal the judgment that is obviously biased from content, a judgment that from the lips of the judge himself reading the judgment, you will understand that this judgment is very highly compromised. The 6 defendants, we are going on appeal to appeal the judgment. The ab initio, we do not object to the jurisdiction of the court to hear the matter. And of course, when you listen to the judgment, he puzzled everything up. He couldn't distinguish between the second and third defendant who objected to the jurisdiction and that of the 6th defendant who did not object to the jurisdiction.
This is sad, a very sad day in this country. But I'm happy that the judge knows that he doesn't have the last say. Now look at the last comment. That we should pay 100,000 to the plaintiff when he knows that we will never see the plaintiff in order to forestall appeal. That is a wrong judgment, but God will yes speak because God has the last say. Trust me on this.
This is a novelty. Justice has been done. Nigerian electoral, legal and judicial process has been reset. Justice Abang has done judgment today.
Still in the judiciary, a federal high court in Abuja has ordered status quo on the withdrawal of the operating license of AIT over alleged breach of broadcasting code. Justice Inyang Ekwo gave the order this Friday in an ex parte application brought by AIT counsel Mike Ozekome.
Inyang Eko gave the order this Friday in an ex parte application brought by AIT counsel Mike Ezekome, senior advocate of Nigeria. Justice Eko also ordered the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, the Attorney General of the Federation, to appear on Thursday, June 13, to show cause why the motion on notice challenging the action of the regulatory agency should not be granted. Counsel to AIT, Mike Ezekome, in ex parte application asked the court to order status quo ante pending the determination of the main suit. The NBC, in a letter dated May 27, 2019, accused DAR of breaching the Nigeria's broadcasting code with his Kakaki and other programs and subsequently withdrew his license. In the suit against the NBC, the Federal Minister of Information and Culture, and the Attorney General of the Federation, AIT claimed that it has, since the license of its television and radio stations, been conducting its operations in line with Section 22 of the 1999 Constitution. In the light of this, it asked the court to make an order restraining the defendants from blocking, jamming, stopping, removing from air, and interfering with its airwaves.
You're watching the news on NTA International. The Nigerian merchandise trade grows marginally in the first quarter of 2019. Details of these and more after the break.
One football confederation, 24 teams, 6 stadiums, 4 cities, 504 African stars, 1 trophy. The Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 comes alive from June 21 with the showpiece final on July 19, 2019. Watch the 52 matches of the tournament live on Africa's biggest and largest television network, NTA, in partnership with Hot Sports. Be part of the biggest soccer fiesta in the African continent as the Super Eagles go on a bold mission to clinch the prestigious title for the 4th time, to the excitement of millions of fans across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Nigeria's premier sports production and marketing group, Hot Sports, partners with the biggest, the largest and the #1 television network in Africa, the NTA, to give Nigerians a memorable viewing experience. Boost fan support for the Super Eagles to glory in Egypt. For inquiries, please contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Turn up to more music, comedy, dance, and more. The Republic, featuring an array of Nigeria's finest. One day called Rema, Psycho YP, today we reflect. Fireboy TML, oh baby, I'm getting jealous, don't wanna see. Classic Tempo, and other surprise performances. Host Sheila and Chooks the General. Date June 9th, 2019. Venue International Conference Center, Abuja. Red carpet 4 p.m. Main show 6 p.m. For inquiries, call 081-0302-9457. The Republic, brought to you by Edgemax Media, supported by OSGF, Sosa, Vidi La Vida, Dre and iBlend, Moscow, Eventi, and Hennessy. The Republic, turn up!
This event is part of the activities lined up for the celebration of Democracy Day 2019.
Committee on the First Lady's activities for June 12, 2019 Democracy Day celebration hereby announces the programs to be hosted by Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, wife of the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, to mark the occasion. Secondary school exhibition and panel discussion and oratorical contest. Date, Monday 10th June 2019. Venue, International Conference Center, Abuja. Time 10 a.m. These programs are strictly by invitation. Hajia Maria A.D. Rufai, Secretary, Subcommittee on First Ladies' Activities for June 12, 2019 Democracy Day celebration. Announcer.
Thanks a lot for staying tuned in to the news. Nigeria, without doubt, is a country endowed with abundant natural and human resources potential that, if properly harnessed, is bound to fast-track the socio-economic status of a nation for posterity. And so, preserving as well as highlighting these resources, especially the impact of the human potentials, will not only shape the nation but will further boost the morale of a growing population for better potential. This explains the reason for the historical exhibition in arts attended by top government officials.
Arts, pictures, and immersive digital environment provides yet another opportunity to showcase to the world the many strides in our political history and democratic experience as a nation. This exhibition is aimed at strengthening and deepening understanding of our democracy as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of unbroken democracy of civilian administration in Nigeria.
Would encourage the Federal Capital Territory to ensure that students from different schools within the Federal Capital Territory take the benefit of coming to this exhibition so that they can enrich their knowledge of the history of our nation, our leaders, and our people. By extension, I would also encourage those of us that have had the privilege of coming here today to ensure that we invite.
Highlights of the exhibition was the official unveiling and tour of the arts exhibition by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, and the former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed. The People's Democratic Party's Governors Forum has condemned in very strong terms the alleged diversion of local government's funds, declaring support for the new guideline by the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, NFIU. This was part of the resolutions reached at the end of the forum's meeting this Thursday in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
The meeting held at the Bayelsa Governor's Lodge in Abuja ended with an 8-point communique, which includes declaration of support for the establishment of state police as a response to the fight against insecurity in the country, readiness to pay the new minimum wage to workers, and the call for review of the constitution to accommodate a fresh revenue formula in the country.
We as governors of the PDP want to make it clear that no PDP governor, no governor elected under the platform of our party is involved in this allegation of diverting local government funds.
The forum also commended the judiciary for exhibiting what it described as uncommon courage and professionalism in the discharge of its responsibilities. The President of the 8th Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, Speaker of the 8th House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, and PDP National Chairman Uche Secondus attended the meeting. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
About 91 million people in Africa are said to consume food and water containing harmful bacteria, viruses, or chemical substances that cause diseases annually, some of them lifelong conditions. Also, an estimated 137,000 others die on the long run. As nations mark for the first time the World Food Safety Day, attention is shifting to better prevention, detection and management of foodborne risk and ensuring food safety. Chidimma Ndubisi reports.
There is this observation that most Nigerians eat at least a meal a day outside their homes. Most of them like to patronize street food vendors.
Sometimes I come around, see where they cook, and I'm used to the lady that sells the food. For me, it's safe.
Nasara Ishako is one of the many Nigerians who worry little about the hygienic condition of the food they consume or the food vendor's environment. The resultant effect is increasing cases of foodborne diseases like typhoid, cholera, diarrhea, and hepatitis.
Unsafe food practices abound across the country. This includes unhealthy cultivation practices through the use of unapproved chemicals such as calcium carbonate in fruits and vegetable ripening, the use of disused tires and kerosene in roasting animals for human consumption. Non-hygienic food preparation environments are seen in the ways food are prepared by roadsides, gutters, and near open fecal edification areas. This can lead to diseases such as botulism, listeriosis, and cancer.
Nigeria has been witnessing Lassa fever cases, which health professionals linked to poor food storage and processing. Many lives were lost, in addition to economic losses. Low and middle income African countries lose up to $95.2 billion in economic productivity and pay $15 billion as medical bills. These are the reasons for commemorating World Food Safety Day with the theme, Food Safety, Everyone's Business.
When we talk about food safety, generally it means practices that will bring about keeping the food safe to human body.
The nation has equally developed National Food Safety and Quality Bill as a step to guaranteeing food safety. Environmental health officers are also expected to strengthen their inspection roles, while NAFDAC effectively carries out its mandate of regulating processed and packaged foods. The populace is being sensitized to imbibe hygienic habits while handling food and consume fresh rather than foods with preservatives. In Abuja, Chimdemma Ndubisi, NTA News.
Sports. Nigeria's Super Falcons set to begin their 2019 FIFA World Cup campaign Saturday in France. Let's join Tamara Ebiwe.